Hello folks, welcome back to the Dark Hollow Garage. So we're going to be tinkering again on the Pontiac. I put a new Hayden Super Duty fan clutch on it, but it's still acting kind of funny. The new clutch helped, but it's like jumping from 130 to 200 to 216, back down to 160. You know, it's kind of like all over the place. So we ordered some parts. Come on, let me show you what I got, what we're up to so far. Come on. So we got a new 8-bolt water pump from FlowKooler. And we got new divider plates from Butler. This is the stainless divider plate for the 66 Pontiac 389. We're working on the spacing on the impeller and the divider plate. The closer you can get this, the better you're going to be. Right now I've got this where I can turn it. It's not touching, and it is at 0.015. Now that's the distance between this plate and the impeller itself. So in the Pontiac Performance book, there's a tech tip in there about closing that gap on the divider plate and the impeller on the water pump. They say to use a hammer to tap it down and bend it into place. That seemed a little bit caveman-y to me. So let me show you what I came up with to do it in a little bit better manner, I thought. I don't know. Come on, let me show you. Alright, let me see if I can show you with holding the camera here. So I had this spare piece of metal here, and it actually, the diameter of it matched the diameter of this bend right here that's factory put into this plate, right? So that worked out pretty good, right? So what I did was I taped it centered underneath there, okay? Then I took, this is an old piece of compensator sprocket out of a Harley twin cam. And this piece right here, it's beveled. Let me see if I can get the light. It's got a bevel to it. You see the bevel? Well, that fit perfect right on top of that. It fit perfect right in that hole, so that I could take this, right, and put it in my press, my hydraulic press. I'll show you. Alright, so we're at the hydraulic press. The lighting's not too great, I apologize for that, but we put that piece down, right? We put this piece on. Of course, at the time I had it all taped together so everything was perfectly centered. Right, and I took this piece, sat it on there, got it nice and centered and level, put this spacer piece on, stacked up my sockets, and then I pushed it down with the press. It worked perfect. And that's how we ended up having this fit over that impeller just right. Yeah, it worked out really, really well. Really, really well. You turn that all the way around. Silky smooth. Okay, so there's that part. That should work out just right. We're going to do a couple of more checks with the gasket and stuff. But I guess it's time to open this thing up. I'm dying to get a look at what's inside there, with the divider plates that are in it and the water pump from when I built the motor back in 2020. So let's get into that now. Come on. Alright, so we've got the water pump off. We've got our new divider plates in there. We've got our new water pump painted with that beautiful late 60s blue. We have cleaned and painted bolts. And there we have it. Nice new water pump. And for those that like to know these things, the bolts are torqued to 15 foot-pounds. Okay, you ready for the surprise? Well, I wanted to know what was in there, right? Now, I built this motor back in 2020. Yeah, I think it was 2020. Yeah, during COVID shutdown. And I bought the cheapest water pump. You know, I was on a no budget, which means I didn't have the money to even do this. So I bought the cheapest pump I could. I don't even remember where I got it from. Might have been a local parts store. But it has the steel pressed blades, I guess you call them. And I was a little surprised at what I found. I thought my other divider plates were going to have corroded holes in them. But they didn't. Come on, let me show you what I got. So this is the pump that was on the car for, what, 4 years now, I guess? It's got that stamped steel blade in it. I've not heard good things about those, but at the time, I guess I didn't even check it. I don't know. But I thought these were going to have corroded holes in them, and they don't. So that's pretty good. These are the factory ones. However, this is a 66, right? And here's the other cover. This is a 66. This is for 64 and 5, this opening right here. That's not for 66. 66 through 68 has the closed up one like I just put in the car. But look at the gap between the blade and the plate. Look at that gap. You can see on this plate some of the corrosion starting. And that's what I was thinking it had. I thought it finally corroded and got holes in it. That's pretty bad. Still usable, but I don't like it. This impeller is pressed onto this. The factory ones are flush across the top. They weren't pressed this far down. So this pump may have worked better, even with that cover that was on it, the gap that it has, if this impeller wasn't pressed that far down onto the shaft. Alright, it's time to get this buttoned up. Let's get back after it. Alright, we're all back together now. Fans back on, belts are tight. We already put coolant in it, now we're topping it off with some water. We're going to fire it up here soon. Alright, we got her fired back up. Getting her up to temp here. She got a brand new 180-degree thermostat in her. We'll see how this goes. Hang in there. Be right back. Thermostat's open and she's moving some water. Going down the road, she was running 190 after the thermostat opened up. Running 190, sitting here idling. Been running the car for about 20 minutes. I'd say that's success, wouldn't you? Guess we'll finish up by putting this plate back on here. I think that's going to work, folks. Sure does flow the water. That Hayden Super Duty fan, whew, does that pull some air through the radiator. Man. So I think our issues are complete. Alright, let me finish putting this together. Well, I'm feeling pretty good about that. I think it worked, considering it was all over the place before. Heck, it'd go up to 216, 210, 215. All of a sudden, boom, drop down to 180, creep up to 190, 200, jump back down again. It wasn't consistent. At least this way, she's running 190 after the thermostat opens all around town. we'll see how it goes from here. But I hope everybody out there is having a great day. And we'll catch you on the next one.